Hey, Gavox here. So we're going to do the long-awaited follow-up to ranking the theme teams. Been asked for this quite a bit in the YouTube comments, Twitch, whatever. But a lot to go through. A lot has changed since the first rankings. First of all, I want to shout out A. Jones here on Mudhead. This is actually wrong. I get updated for this weekend's Legends, as you can see by his update to the 49ers, which has a lot on it. But shout out to him for keeping it updated. I'll put the link to this in the description so you can track along with it all year. But let's take a look. Actually, let me put in where it was when I first did this in September. I'll just throw them all right here. Here's what it was, 1 to 32 in September. And there's been dramatic changes, as happens, right? Theme teams get better as the year goes along, as a lot of like silvers get filled in with, upgraded cards, elites. So it is what it is. It'll keep getting better as we go along through the year. So that was the list as it was. Let's take a look at the list as it is right now. Of course, we're going to start at the bottom because we started at the bottom. Now we here. I think that was the famous words of Drac, a fighter in the, I don't know, Avengers universe. Let's listen to the Rock Bottom sponsorship. Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden 21 coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 15% off. Alright, so let's get into it. The worst theme team on the list. Let's go ahead and throw them down at number 32. You are going to be the Jaguars. Alright, Jaguar, just awful. I mean, it's not like, okay, throw the baby out with the bathwater awful, but like, there is a lot of holes here. There is not much there for bookends, tight end. Receivers, okay. I mean, I don't mind the receivers. Gardner is awful. I'm sorry, Gardner Minshew fans, you're not there. Your safeties are god-awful. Your DBs need to get upgraded. Yeah, I just, obviously, if I were doing the Jags theme team, I would put Leroy Gulliver, and I'd probably put the CB there, or, yeah, that's probably what I'd do. But, so, it's just not usable online. You're going to get your shit pushed in. I'll probably mention, like, in a few teams where it is start to get usable, but Jaguars, no, sorry, you're done. You're not good. Another not good squad right now, Panthers. I mean, they aren't good. It makes sense, right? They're not good IRL, so they're not good, in game. It totally vibes with me, right? So if we go to the Panthers, have a bad record, you don't get upgrades. You don't get Team of the Week, which is one of the main programs right here. Like, you completely missed out on a lot of those cards. Legends are kind of like more how historically great your team is, but historically great teams also have, generally doing pretty good this year, right? Steelers, Packers. I guess Cowboys aren't really doing great. Patriots for like last 20 years aren't doing phenomenal this year, though they just won against the Jets with that last second kick. But they got Teddy Bridgewater leading in the Carolina Panthers. Horrible. Receivers, not bad. Steve Smith right here. Your secondary, Chin's okay. Boston's not. Real life Boston's solid. Defensive line looks good. Maybe when you get a Peppers, it'll be hotter. But overall, some solid holes and some places that you really need playmakers at in Mutt. See if I can do this. All right. And over to the notepad. All right. Who's number 30? Another team not having a great year right now, the Giants. I would say they are less than Giants, more like Jacks at the moment. All right, so Evan Ingram, he should get an upgrade, right? Fast tight end. He'll be one of the better tight ends when he does get an upgrade. Offensive line. Offensive line is the thing that I basically ignore a lot of the offensive line. At a certain point, it is nicer to have a high offensive line. Obviously, golds aren't going to play nearly as well as elites, but like once you get to the elite level, you're pretty much okay. Receivers are actually really nice for the Giants. Jones is not. Saquon's amazing, best back in the game. Landon Collins and Xavier Kinney, I mean, okay. Bradbury, D-line's okay too. Don't mind it. I don't mind that, right? You got Lawrence Taylor, phenomenal. Lawrence Taylor this year isn't as good as like Lawrence Taylor traditionally is, so like Derek Thomas is better. There's a lot of pass. He's very similar to a lot of other pass rushers in game, right? It's not a year for cards that really like stand out. A lot of cards kind of blend together. Bengals. Wait, am I saying that right now? The Bengals. Freaking music squad builder. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm freaking on drugs or something. Just rambling. All right, Fitzy's. I think his set feet lead is still broken. So I don't really give him points for Fitzpatrick. Gets high route master, though. But otherwise, tight end's okay. Defense is kind of hot, though, right? Defense is kind of hot with Taylor Mays. That's not bad. Bates is not bad either on the theme team. Linebackers are okay, although this is probably the worst 88 card in the game. Defense line's not too shabby. I think overall, like, because they got a weak quarterback, because it kind of got a few holes, no real, like, huge playmakers that I love, is why I rate the Bengals down here at 29. It's not something I'd enjoy taking into online play. The Bears struggle similarly with playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. Now, as you can see where they split, offense 86, defense 91, you kind of traditionally know how good the Bears are, right? Offensive line, pathetic outside of pace. Jimmy Graham is solid. The wide receivers have like no playmakers. Barry Sanders on every team, sadly. Trudeau is not good, but their defense is, right? I guess Eddie Jackson needs an upgrade. You can always put Jalen there. You can use him out of position to get some a better playmaker at free safety until Eddie gets an upgrade. But Max, one of the better pass rushers in game. Mills, Briggs, solid defensive line. Okay, so really Bears is held back by their awful offense, and there's nothing I hate worse than playing with an awful offense online. All right, next up, number 27, the Broncos. Broncos. Is this a white Bronco? Is OJ trying to escape on us? No, it is the Broncos with Vernon Davis at tight end, Shannon Sharp at his backup tight end. That's that. 2 tight end, 8 slot offset gods. Although, you don't have really much to throw to him. Drew Lock needs an upgrade. Bad. Right? I think Broncos, when Drew Lock gets an upgrade, I think they'll fly up the rankings a little bit. But, like, their defense is studly. Right? Defensive backs are god tier. Bly is their 5th, which is ludicrous. Bly would be a lot of other teams, like 2 or 3. But, yeah. Drew Lock. That's a tough one, Drew. Offensive line isn't very crime-lent either. All right, number 26. I mean, like, I don't know. Quarterbacks are so powerful, like they are just like IRL, right? Madden made it very IRL just like that because of how much they are basically needed in this game. Like gunslinger, set feet lead, hot route master. Oh my god, it's enough to make you Craigasm or escape artist. Texans. All right, 81 Fells. Now, the only reason this thing's above the last team there, Fitzpatrick's slightly better. I mean, he's broken, so you don't give a ton of credit. He's slightly better, but their defense is definitely worse. So the quarterback kind of leads it, and I could see the argument for any of these teams, like the last 4 teams, to kind of like be switched around. And I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm not going to take a hard stand. I mean, they're all just very blah to me. No amazing playmaker. I mean, Cooks is pretty good right now. Maybe getting a little long in the tooth, but I mean, on a theme team, he's basically god tier. Same with Hopkins, theme team, god tier. So the receivers are good. They just don't. Nobody in the tight end spot will make a play, and the quarterback doesn't really sling the ball very well with set feet lead and doesn't have gunslinger active. So that's kind of where I'm at. Reed is nice. Honey Badger don't give a fuck, but otherwise, okay, squad. Okay. Next up, 25, Vikings. I did not expect the Vikings to be this low on the list. This one was kind of surprising to me because of what I thought Vikings got a few good upgrades lately, especially with like Irv Smith at tight end now. Solid offensive line. Not that it's super important, but you do have Diggs here, who's a huge playmaker. Jefferson's a great playmaker. I'd probably put Jefferson maybe over Andre Johnson. I have not used more than a Thielen, so I have no idea how he plays. Delvin Cook's really nice, but everybody gets Barry Sanders, so I hate that Barry Sanders and Mutt Masters in every squad. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I love it for my theme team. It's just not, doesn't make sense to me. I hope they go away with that kind of stuff and just make theme teams pure. Like, right? Bring back the boosts, like +3 speed on theme teams, but get rid of the cards that go on everybody. Balance them out that way. Get rid of Sam Mills, get rid of Sanders, get rid of the captains, get rid of all that stuff that goes on every theme team. Thank you. This has been my uninformative TED Talk. It's literally an opinion, right? It's not a TED Talk. You didn't learn anything from me. You guys have never learned anything from me. You had it inside of you the whole time. But otherwise, their DBs are ass. Really, really bad, right? Outside of that, like the offense looks cromulent, right? But man, couldn't stop a goddamn drip of water, okay? Like, oh, crap. I hit the floor. The fucking sieves out there, all right? That's what I'm trying to say. That's the comparison. They're like a bad goaltender in hockey. Sieve. Nothing but sieves. All right, Lions. What do we got here? Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I'm surprised I didn't get an upgrade with team builders there. Offensive line, not great. Don't care a whole lot. Receivers, not great. Do care a whole lot. Running backs, solids. Surprised he didn't get an upgrade with team of the week. He had a monster week. Stafford, Culpepper, god tier quarterbacks. Literal, like, top of the meta. Love them. Good. Good. Solids. Goods. Bad. Bad. Overall. Lions, a lot of holes. No huge playmakers. They're in the meh category. We haven't quite hit like the totally usable. I got Saints next though. With how good the Saints are, it is kind of surprising they are very low on the list. But like I think they're low on the list due to one major position, and it really took them down. The fact that Drew Brees is only an 86 is really the reason I think they're this low on the list for me. Because everywhere else they have solid cars. Offensive line is one of the better ones. Jimmy Graham, Jared Cook are both solid tight ends. Cooks, Thomas, okay. I mean, Cooks is good. Thomas and Johnson are not. Vaccaro, maybe move Malcolm over. Your secondary's ass. So, you need DBs. You need a quarterback, Saints. That's what I got for you. You ain't all perfect, Saints, as much as you want to be, Saints. You're actually bad boys underneath. And I know it. Up next, Cardinals! I heard there is no Arizona. Is that true, or did the music industry lie to me again? Then DNCing all my friends and lying to my face with their lyrics. Hopkins, good on a theme team. Kyler he's kind of out of meta, which is weird to say about a scrambling quarterback that they're out of meta. This is the first year of Madden ever. This is so crazy that I can look at a Kyler Murray who in any other year would be God tier. And this year I'm like, I would prefer a pocket passer. Offensive line's got a bunch of holes on it. Yeah, so nothing much there on offense but your defense. Oof, Adrian Wilson, great. Isaiah Simmons still up there with the best users in the game. Honey Badger, like we talked about, doesn't give a fuck. DRC, Cromartie, are you kidding me? Two of the best DBs in the game, too. Defensive line? Oh, man. The Cardinals' defense is freaking stacked. That's like double Ds. Stacked. Double defense, double Ds. But the offense, it leaves a little bit to be desired, okay? Get a tight end, please. And maybe an upgrade to quarterback. I don't know. Browns are at 21. All right, Browns. Usually better left in the toilet, but we're going to leave them on our screen for a few seconds before we move on. AFC North competition for the Steelers, so I hate them. Offensive line is actually really good, right? This is a really good offensive line, but again, low impact. Hooper, not good. Odell, solid. Keenan, solid. Jim, Barry, Mostert, amazing. Baker, awful. I mean, like, Baker's okay. If we bring up Baker Mayfield, he's okay. But, like, okay doesn't do it, right? He's an improviser quarterback, but doesn't hit an 82 speed. EA put him right below the escape artist threshold. He's got solid throw power. I mean, he's okay, but, like, he's bottom third in the league for the game. And then their defense. Poyer's awful. Delpit's okay. Linebackers are okay. And Hayden is long in the tooth. That's not good. I would probably move that over for Aeneas Williams. Yeah, that's good enough. That'd be my third one if I were redoing this. If I were choosing this theme team. And they look a little bit better at DB there, but yeah, I don't know. Baker just doesn't do it. Baker's not a good enough quarterback for this Browns team to be rated any higher. They have some really solid pieces though. I mean, all these theme teams have solid pieces. Well, except for some right near the bottom, but overall, I don't mind it. Next up is Colts. The Colts. Remember Andrew Luck? He was really good last year on the theme team. Awful tight end. We're seeing a lot of tight end problems. A lot of short. Like some teams are stacked, like Ravens, and they got like tons of tight ends that are great. Then other teams, like other teams, they just took them all. Offensive line, meh, good enough. Solid receivers, right? These are like really top tier receivers. Wade and Harrison, especially on a theme team. Rivers is god awful though. Your running backs are fire. Your hooker are hardly nowhere. I would hate to have that on my field. Bob Sanders is solid right now still. Yeah, so your DBs really lack a lot of solid contributors, which is the main problem, and Phillip Rivers. So, basically the most important spots in Madden are missing for the Colts. Luckily, they have some playmakers outside of it, the wide receiver spot, to kind of make up for it and push them up, but, like, yikes. Yikes on the Colts. Bills! I still don't know if I've gotten to, like, teams that I really want to use online, right? Versus, like, top-end competition. I still feel like I'd be outgunned. Bills has got a nice, like, a very solid budget tight end there. I like him. Offensive line, good enough for me. It's just okay for me. Diggs, phenomenal. I really like the Diggs card. Woods is okay, too. He's not bad on a theme team. Josh Allen, arguably one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the game. I don't know about best anymore. I think Culpepper took that. I think it's Cunningham. Sorry. I always get those two C words mixed up. I can no longer say the C word on YouTube. Somebody got demonetized for saying Culpepper and Cunningham. But strong arm quarterbacks are amazing. So Josh Allen, arguably tied with the best quarterback in the game. Horrible. Linebackers, you try not to put them on your field, but you got Spikes, Jermaine Edmonds. DBs are okay. I think they're very suitable and very usable on the theme team. Like, right, Gilmore, once you look at his speed, he's got 87 speed, so he can get up to 91 with full sprinter, which is actually really bad. Now that I look at that and think about it, you really want that higher. You want that like 3 to 4 higher on a theme team. So maybe I go like White above it. What is his speed? Yeah. Starting to fall a little bit more out of love with this defense. But yeah, maybe their DBs are a little slow. Deep. That's all, folks. But otherwise, I don't mind the Bills O. I don't mind the Bills O at all. I think they're a really like nicely balanced team overall. And that's why they're kind of balanced towards the middle of the field. You wouldn't expect it, but the Jets, Jets moving at number 19. Why? I don't know. Let's take a look. Above the Bills. Oof, competition out east, getting hot. All right, I don't know why this isn't loading their card art anymore. Mudhead's gone full mud on us. Feels bad, man. Crowder's awful. Anderson's fast, but not the greatest. Awful right here. Offensive line, not the greatest. But you got Favre. Ooh, yeah. And if you need it, Vic, Tomlinson, Barry, and Bell, I guess. Your defense, though. Monster. Amazing. Good linebackers. You got May as a backup. You throw one of these guys down to user. Probably user May right there. Very great DBs, right? You know how important it is to have defensive backs in this game, or else they just run streaks right past you. Jets have it in spades. I really love the Jets defense. Sure, maybe a little thin here, but that can be made up, right? That can be made up. Maybe they don't have a ton of pass rushers. I guess Jets could use one more solid defensive lineman. But yeah, they badly need a pass catcher. Another one. Yeah, I don't like Andre Johnson being on every team either. That shit needs to go. Make these teams more individualistic. Make them actual teams. Please. All right, next up, Dolphins. But yeah, I like the Jets' defense is what's going to carry them online play. But their offense, good luck. You're going to have to try. You got to have to hope your dive stretch combo works. All right. Horrible tight end again, right? Theme running out throughout all these theme teams is horrible tight end play. Just not a whole lot there. I wonder if we get like a tight end, like friggin' captain or something down the road. Tight end master. Tight end Gronk master, every single theme team. Boom. Now everybody's solved there, and every team looks the same again. Yay, sweet. Just like player stats to make all the theme teams look alike. The thing is, like, you look at Grant, like 84 as a number 3. I mean, that's not a good overall, but 92 speed on a theme team is hot. That is really hot, dude. Then you got Culpepper. Yes. Marino, if you want Howard Master or strong arm. Yes, dude. Culpepper is god tier. Probably best quarterback of the game. If you don't need Howard Master. But yeah, this is rough. I don't mind Clayton either. Little slower now, but versus the competition, but not bad. I also like your secondary. Really cool. Really good linebackers. And you got your fourth piece here. Solid. Finnegan, Byron Jones, Vincent. Like, basically on the lower edge of acceptable, but like on a theme team, they're god tier, right? Byron Jones gets up to what, 95 speed on a theme team, right? If I can add correctly. If he's full out sprinter. 91, 93, 95. Yeah. Byron Jones is god tier on a theme team. Phenomenal theme team defense. Phenomenal. Really good Dolphins. The only thing that holds him back is tight end. I think Dolphins is 100% usable online. I think this is where I start to say, this is it. From this point on, 17 on up are usable. Dolphins on up. Take them online. You'll have success. And I can see the argument for Dolphins being higher. But you got to get a tight end, man. That's just rough. Offensive line is, lower overall, but it's okay. Okay enough. Talk about offensive line. Team known for their offensive line. The Cowboys. Although not as good this year as they were in years past. Due to retirements and injury. Jarwin, I think, is a good budget tight end. Getting a little longer in the tooth now that the players have gotten faster, but not bad at all. I don't mind him one bit. Offensive line, solid. We got Carmichael and Cooper. Phenomenal additions to add on to Andre Johnson. They got Gallup here, too. They go even 5 deep with CD. I do not mind that. And then they got Cunningham, Dak. Both good quarterbacks. I wouldn't say they're great in this game right now, but they're good. So overall offense, spectacular. Right? Very usable tight end. Defense, though, ouch. Ouch. Tough. Diggs is okay, I think, due to speed. His problem is he's not very wise, right? He has 77 zone, 86 speed. I guess it's not as good as I thought it would be. I might go with Anthony Brown with 90 speed and lower zone out there instead. But they got Dion and Byron, so they can do some damage for you. Play like a press cover 3 system. Yeah, and defensive line is criming too. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, these two DBs kind of hold back this Cowboys theme team from being higher overall. And I guess the tight end. Oh, I like him. But overall, pretty good for the Cowboys. I don't mind them. Definitely usable online. Just watch out for your safeties. Seahawks, number 15. You're going to start to be like, wow, these teams are like god tier. These teams are, maybe I should just switch to a theme team since they look so good online. There are some holes, but I think holes in the offensive line like this, a lot easier to cover up than holes at skill positions. And that's they don't have many holes at skill positions. Arguably the best receiver in the game right here, especially on a theme team. Right here too. These two are guys that I'm running on my current God squad with no theme team boosts. And Seahawks has them both. Andre Johnson, you'd probably move him down to 3. Have these guys on the outside. Maybe lock in the slot. Wilson is good. Good improviser. Doesn't have strong arm archetype, so doesn't get gunslinger. Might down the road, though. On defense, you still have Jamal Adams. Very good card. Linebackers, okay. Nothing standing out here. He's really slow, sadly. But you got Wagner. And then you got Sherman, slow, Griffin, and I don't know. I don't know what your DB is there. That's why they're not higher. You got I think the Seahawks are great because they're going to put up a lot of points against your opponents. Right? And that's why I love them. Phenomenal offensive weapons. Everywhere. Good defender, but you got some weak links in your chain. And you really have to play around the slower DBs. So, that's tough. You got to run like a cover 2 system. Because guys can just blow past Sherman. All right, next up after the Seahawks, we have the Falcone crime family. Atlanta. How's Atlanta looking right now? Falcons. Okay. So we have... do you guys want me to zoom in more on these guys? The thing is, if I go here, then I'm kind of over top of it. I don't know. Maybe you're fine with that. But yeah, your bookends are the weakest part of your O-line, which is never great because those are the most important parts of the O-line. But you got Alex Mack in the middle. That's cool. Tony G, one of the better tight ends in the game. Right up there at the top end of the meta. Julio on a theme team. I keep saying best wide receiver in MUT, but like he's really close to those other two guys I just went through. I mean, the top wide receivers right now are Julio, Claypool, those two that I just went through, DK, Lockett, McLaurin, and I think maybe one or two others. I guess on a theme team, even Carmichael's right near them too. Dude, there's a lot of like guys that are very similar right now. Roddy's also okay. I actually didn't really like using this card when I used him. I used him in draft a little bit. I used him on my main team back in the time. I didn't love him. I don't know. He didn't really perform for me. So Roddy White, even though he's got like a decent overall at 90, he just didn't do it. I don't know. He just didn't do it for me, okay? Don't ask me why, but Roddy didn't produce. Maybe I go Ridley there instead. Ridley instead of Roddy. But yeah, everybody's got, Brett Favre. We got a gunslinger. Amazing. DBs. They're not good. DBs are the reason why this team gets dragged down a little bit. Even though Sanders is phenomenal. Samuel's passable. Terrell's fast, so that's really nice. Your D-line's good too. Grady Jarrett there at backup. Yeah. It's kind of your DBs causing the Falcons trouble. I guess to a lesser extent the bookends of the tackles. But it's mostly the DBs. The rest of your team looks pretty fucking stacked. Pretty nice overall. Rams! Number 13. All right. What are the Rams looking like? I wonder where the Rams are. I wonder if they're down by Ram Ranch. All right. Jared Cook. Very usable, right? Jared Cook's been on a lot of teams. 85 speed, boost up to 89. Basically, Waller level speed on a theme team. Like, Waller gets up to 90 on a non-theme team, but still. Top end speed. Medium route running can be boosted up to the threshold. Deep can't, but you really want the medium route running on tight ends more than anything else. Offensive line, you got a great left tackle, right tackle. Sadly not there. Too good. I'd say I like Cooks more than Cup. Bennett's solid too. He gets a good deep route running threshold. Hall is over here. Like him too because he's fast. Kick returner for you. Cool, man. Goff and Fitz are the main reasons why the Rams are lower than they otherwise would be. Quarterback play is so important. So why you have a solid defensive group too, it's really the quarterback play that's leaving you down. But otherwise, every other position on your field is like that's a pizza pie, right? Delicious. But yeah, this group right here kind of let you down. It's not like he's not usable. It's just he's kind of broken right now. And it's sad that he didn't get fixed along with McNair. All right, next up, the Washington theme team. I believe that's what they're going by now. Football something something theme team. Okay. So how's it looking in the nation's capital right now? I'm sure very nice and calm. Because they got a decent theme team. Vernon Davis. McLaurin, like I said, arguably best receiver in the game, if not the best. Like, look at this straight up speed, dude. If you guys want drugs, just take one look at McLaurin. You got all the speed you need. Straight 98 speed on the theme team. 98 speed on the theme team. Let me say that again. 98 speed on the theme team, and he hits every single route running threshold. Great googly moogly. Phenomenal. Dun 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 dun. Phenomenal. Dun 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 dun. Rich Gannon's another one of those hot route master quarterbacks, or sorry, field general quarterbacks. That set feet lead is broken. He still gets hot route master, but sadly one of the ones that have been broken. Bookends are solid. Don't really care as much. And DBs are hot, right? Hot, hot, hot. Gorgeous. Look at all those 90s. DRC, Tracy Porter, Deion Sanders, oh my god. Craigasm, as they say on the old Twitches. Solid. Collins is definitely passable there. If Collins is your weak link for your theme team, you're doing mighty nice. Right? You're doing mighty nice indeed. Dude has 92 speed on the theme team. And that's the weak link. That and you have to play linebackers on your field. That's the one thing God squads will have over almost all these theme teams is the fact that they get guys that animate without having to put like lurker on their middle linebacker user. All right, next up, Titans at number 11. But like as you're seeing, like I said, all these teams are very, very competitive online. Sure, they're not going to be as great as the God squads, but like you won't have to spend nearly as much. You get the boost to make up for it, and you get to use your favorite players from your favorite team. Maybe they're not your favorite players. Maybe you got like a fucking grudge against Jonnu Smith. Maybe he like looked at your mom and spit in her face. She's like, I hate Jonnu Smith, but I love the Titans, so I don't know what to do. I'm fucking torn here. You don't have to use him. All right. Calico, another receiver turned. I'm already top tier, turned even more god tier. Johnson's not our team, but he's not like amazing. Theme team he becomes better, but he isn't like like I don't Craig has him for him like I do the other guys. Drew Bennett, like I said, solid. Eddie George for the pound the rock. Barry Sanders to run around him. Derrick Henry to pound the rock. Titans game plan. The actual two guys that have been on Titans. Weird. It's a theme. McNair is very nice, especially with the updated set feet lead. If it weren't for that patch that EA put in for McNair, I would grade this team a little bit worse. Probably not too much worse, but yeah, he definitely boosted the team up a bit because of his playmaking ability. Bayard's kind of a hole right now. Vaccaro is okay, I guess, if we want to look at his stats. It's 87 speed. It's just like, yeah, like I said, 91 speed. It's okay. But then, yeah. Butler and Joseph are not exactly playmakers either, but I do like the overall balance of this team. There's not a whole lot of like absolute holes. You could argue that Bayard's a hole. Maybe Malcolm Butler is. But overall, it's like a really well-balanced squad across, even like the offensive line. Sure, you got a right tackle's only an 81, but that'll do, pig. That'll do. Jonnu Smith is kind of underrated, I feel like. Yeah, overall, I just love the balance of the Titan squad right here. And that's why I got him at 11. Chiefs are number 10. What a tumble. They were number 1. So what happened to the Chiefs? They just stopped getting cards? They became an old hat Super Bowl winners, become theme team losers the next year because they're no longer exciting? Okay, offensive line, very nice. Outside of Fisher here. Number 1 overall pick, Omega Lil. Tony Gonzalez and Travis Kelce, great tight end combo there. Speed. When this guy gets upgraded, he might be 90. He'll easily be 99 speed on the theme team and gets upgraded. I don't think we make it out of November without a Tyreek Hill upgrade. I think he'll get it for the blitz. I don't think he gets past the blitz content without a card. You got Barry, Le'Veon, Joe Montana, god tier quarterback. Honey Badger. Fuller is a little bit of a hole here. I like the linebacking core. Peters, Snead is amazing speed-wise. Aeneas there. Defensive line's okay. So while the Chiefs look like they have a little bit of holes, like with Fuller and stuff, it's not terrible overall. Like I think the Chiefs theme team online is very nice, right? It's got playmakers on the offensive positions you need playmakers at. In here, offensive line that'll hold a little bit for you. Quarterbacks, if you'd rather use Mahomes, you can use Mahomes indeed. Running back, obviously. And then a defense that is standable. That is very usable. I'd probably put Snead on the outside. Maybe move Aeneas in to get a little bit more speed on the outside. If you play like thirds or man or something like that. So that's the Chiefs theme team. All right, number 9. Okay, number 9. Packers. Packers. What are they packing? They're packing a whole lot of meat. Because that's where they got their name from. Packing meat. Oh, you thought that was a sexual reference? No, not me, never. Bakhtiari Balaga. Offensive line is way more than passable. Graham, Finley, I would start Finley over Graham. Finley, because he gets the route running thresholds, I think is more valuable than Graham. Graham ain't chopped liver, but I definitely think Finley the one I'd start because he can run every route and get separation still, even though he's slow, 83 speed, boosting a theme team to make up for it. Your receivers are, I guess, on the lower end of competent, right? When you look at Adams' speed, when you upgrade him all the way to the top that he's currently at, 92 speed. I think that's lower end of competent. It's not anything that like stands out. Sadly, same with Clayton here. When they get maybe upgrades down the road, Clayton will be a burner when he gets upgraded. 89, 91, 93 speed. So not anything that I'd say is like, write home to your mother and talk about the love you found. Lazard maybe is worth starting over one of them. Your choice who to start at wide receiver spots. But I think it's solid overall. Favre is definitely the move over Rodgers. Rodgers is the worst card. I would say the highest expectations for worst card that I've ever used in MUT. It was very disappointing to use that Rodgers card earlier this year. Amos was great. Hyde is great. Linebackers are solid. Defensive line, well, a couple of them are great. Jair is great. King is great for his overall. Fast, tall, love it. Hayward should be getting an upgrade, I would assume. He's been a pretty good cornerback. So overall, like, this team, well balanced throughout, right? There isn't any major holes that stick out to you on defense. You could probably Savage, you could even use her because he's pretty fast if you need to. Offense have gotten some really nice weapons. And another great balanced team, but lacks like the top end playmakers to put it in the top end of the list. So I love playmakers on my teams, and that's why a lot of guys that are like boom and bust, a lot of teams are like that, are high on my list because playmakers make plays. And that's what you need in MUT. You don't need some guys just kind of like doing shit and rolling down slow. I need guys that'll take the top off, right? I need guys that know how to work a bra. All right, so Dallas or Ertz? They put Ertz in front of Dallas, but maybe go Dallas there. Offensive line in Philadelphia is fine at my number 8 spot. You do have 2 solid, more mobile type archetype quarterbacks right there. You got a couple, Thunder and Lightning running backs. Carmichael is really nice, super tall from a high point pass and giggle. Fulgham should be higher rated. He's had a great year. You got Dawkins, linebackers. Jenkins is not the greatest. But then you got like some of the best CBs in the game. I really like that. You got Curse and White there on the D-line. I really like that. Samuel too. So I like their DB playmakers. And that's kind of why I rate them kind of high. Right? And Carmichael, tight end. Maybe I overrated the Eagles a little bit. I could see that looking back at maybe I'd prefer the Packers over them due to Brett Favre. Yeah, I don't know. Right? Do I want these playmaking DBs? These absolute fast studs that you call man coverage with? Or one of the Packers like more balanced? Would have less of a hole at like say tight end. I don't know. That's why I looked at it and I was like, dang, I don't know, man. I really like the playmakers. There were some hard choices on this list. I will say that. Bucks are up at 7, not your beloved Pittsburgh Pirate Bucks, but the ones with that evil kid kissing, family loving Tom Brady. All right, but anyways, Gronk, solid O-line. Good receivers, especially on the theme team, Vincent Jackson. He becomes great on that. Brady at quarterback. I don't have a problem with Brady at quarterback, actually. People tell me his set feet lead works. I have not used Brady. I did not use him. But people told me he works, so I'm here for it. Defense, I think, is pretty well done. Winfield's okay at best, I would say. Right? 87 speed, 79 zone. Fringe average, maybe not even. Don't love it. Linebackers are good though. As much as they aren't mattering, you'll probably have to field a few. So I don't love it as much as I love guys with a lot of DBs. You got Shummer for Bunting, who's solid. A good front. Jamal Dean is underrated here because he's so fast. 90 speed stock on an 80 overall. Sure, he can't play zone, but like here's what you can maybe do is put Winfield or Lynch down at linebackers that get animations, even though you got amazing linebackers. And then, like, user Jamal Dean at safety. And he'll fly around for you. But you'll have to be, like, probably playing, like, a 4-3 type defense, though. That's the only crappy part. But Barrett's got to be a pass rusher. So that's tough. But I did like some of the playmakers that had O with Tom Brady to kind of direct him around with Hot Route Master. So that's why I put Bucks there at number 7. But I can see definitely see the argument. That's maybe some of the other teams are better than them. But I kind of like a little bit of that balance. All right, number 6, a big riser in the rankings. The Steelers. The Steelers are number 6 for me. All right. Why? Well, they're pretty well balanced, right? They only have one real playmaker, which is Chase Claypool. They just got Deontay, who's okay. 91 speed. He doesn't get the deep route running threshold, but 91 speed is definitely crimulant, right? Boosted up to 95 on the theme team. He doesn't have a power up, sadly. So he can't get any high. He can't get those plus ones, but Claypool is a great playmaker too. Keith Miller is not a good tight end. He's a blocking tight end, and that's fine. Solid offensive line. Nothing great there, sadly. Roethlisberger's a really good quarterback. Haro Master, set feet lead. That actually works. Love that. Their defense is really why they're rated so high, right? Sure, they don't have the top-end playmakers. Woodson's a little long in the tooth. Hilton's okay. Aeneas is just Aeneas. Tuitt and Hayward, some of the best interior defensive linemen in the game. Should be upgraded. Should get upgraded cards soon. Mean Joe's there. They should really be low 90s because of how, like, Tuitt is literally, like, having such a good year. Alu also needs an upgrade. Alu, before his injury, I think PFF rated him as, like, the number 1 defensive tackle in the game. So, their front is amazing. Bud Dupree needs an upgrade, too. A lot of their defense needs upgrades because of how well they're playing. Like, literally, the front, Dupree, TJ, Tuitt, and Hayward are the only reasons that team is undefeated. You could argue Minka's there, too. Okay. Those 5 players are the only reason this team is undefeated. Because they are, like, God tier right now. And they are so fun to watch. The rest of the team, Finkner needs to get off his fucking ass and go back. Yeah, give the ball to our playmakers more. All right, I'm off it. Theme team, though, good overall. Well-balanced team. I don't want to talk about the Steelers too much right now. I don't want to go on a rant. I know this video's already getting long. Number 5, Chargers. Chargers, number 5. Woo! Why the Chargers? Interesting, the Chargers, though, right? Isn't that interesting? The Chargers. Antonio Gates just came out, instantly tops the charts, one of the best tight ends because of the fact of the theme team speed boost, right? Before that, well, the theme team boost, he's okay. Gets caught by, corners that are breaching 95 speed now when they match him up against your tight end. Herbert, you're like, oh, don't they have a bad quarterback? Dude, Herbert's he's a shooter, right? High throw power, and guess what? He's got the strong arm archetype. 82 speed is definitely enough, right? That's more than Baker. 82 speed is awesome. And then when you boost his throw power, dude, Herbert is literally as good as, like, all the other strong arm quarterbacks. Like, this guy's as good as Favre out there. This Herbert's glitched. So I count this as one. Did I just squeak there because I've been speaking too long? I did. I gotta get some tea. Here it is. Okay, I can't do it on purpose though. Your receivers are not too bad either, right? Tomlinson, Barry, Eckler. Still hate Barry Sanders on every team. Offensive line, sure, you got some holes there, specifically right here. But you know what? I like Lamp. Is that a meme? I hope it is. Yeah, I love the weapons you have. I love your offense, and then your defense is basically what seals it for me, right? Cromartie, Harris. Harris, good defensive line, too. Rushing the passer. Linebackers, solid. Yeah, like a team with playmakers and that is well-balanced all around. The only downside is its O-line. I love the Chargers theme team this year. That looks really nice. All right, number 4. I didn't expect to see the Patriots this high, but I did. I did not expect to rank them this high. But look at us. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? We're here. All right, Gronk again. Now, you're like, oh, Gronk kind of sucks. I mean, Gronk, you're not wrong. Some people really swear by Gronk. I don't. By his 81 speed. But Gronk's Gronk. Maybe he'll do some damage for you. Not exactly like a playmaker, but an overall solid player. Offensive line is crimulant. Very crimulant. All with at least low 80s up to 93. You got a playmaker here in Cooks. Edelman's slow as hell, though. Sanders, clock-killing Corey Dillon. Tom Brady, solid quarterback. Your defense, though, that's what makes the bells ring, right? You just got, like, stack guy, linebacker stacked deep. I mean, it's Belichick's team, right? Defense. Rodney, Gilmore, maybe a little long in the tooth, maybe a little slower, maybe a little older of a card. But then, you got Big Hicks. You got 2 guys over 350, and then another guy that looks like he's 400 because of his player model. So you got some thick defensive linemen there. Chandler Jones, who can rest his set. Yeah. Dude. It's nice. It's a nice defense. And they got playmakers on out. 100% usable online. Patriots theme team. Next up. Number 3. The top 3. Who's it going to be? Between the Raiders, Ravens, Niners. Who do we got? Number 3 is Raiders. All right. Let's take a look at that autumn wind. Huh? Let's take a look at that. Why does this autumn wind smell like a fart? Well, it's pretty decent. Waller, best tight end in the game. They get to make him better. All right. Waller is great. Offensive line is passable. Cooper, great. Rice, solid. Little older than a card right now. Bo Jackson, although we don't really need him because he got Barry. Great quarterback. Carr is broken with his set feet lead, so that's sad. But yeah, overall amazing quarterback. Defense, though. Taylor Mays, Abram. Fast, hard-hitting son of a gun. Great user right here at Abram. I'd use him, let Taylor Mays roam on his own. Rod Wilson at free safety. Okay. Khalil Mack. Woo. Good pass rusher there. Good front. Namdi, DRC, Porter. Oh my God. Playmakers in the secondary too. You can run a nice man scheme with those guys. Yeah, I love this defense. It's phenomenal. And even a good offense. Raiders theme teams. It's not too shabby. All right, who's number 2? Only 2 of them left. 49ers got number 2. Whoa! You know, oftentimes we see the 49ers on top of the pile because of all the sweet legends they get. They always get the playmakers, but they haven't got a couple of the big names, right? The Moss, the T.O. that they've traditionally got that's really pushed them over the hump. So that's why we only have at number 2. Can you imagine being the number 2 without having the traditional amazing guys that they always get, and they're still the number 2 theme team? Niners fans are so spoiled. Vernon Davis is amazing with the extra speed. Sure, he can't hit the medium route threshold, but, just outrun dudes. Just don't call tight end crossers, bro. But, yeah, it does kind of gimp you a little bit. Maybe Kittle will get an upgrade. Offensive line, very solid numbers throughout, right? Definitely amazingly usable. Once Moss comes out, this will be better. Receiver's definitely the weak spot, but they got Montana there. Sanders, Bush, obviously. Mostert, who is a top-end running back. Their defense, though, dude. Lott, Mays is your safeties. Oh, my God. Tart and Woodson there, chilling. Linebackers, great. Patrick Willis, right there, chilling. Warner, it's like, I'm not going to see the field, but I'm still good. I'll be good on special teams. Then we got Dion, Namdi. Sherman, I probably wouldn't put on my field, but he's not bad for, I don't know, a flat route corner. Don't try and have him cover anything deep. And then the defensive line is also pretty nice, too. It's crazy how good that is. That's all I'll say about that. Number 1, the Ravens. Why the Ravens? Well, they share a tight end. The best tight end. With the Niners. This is oftentimes a thing that set a lot of teams apart. They also got an amazing backup and an amazing backup to the backup tight end. They roll deep. Their offensive line, pretty darn nice. Wide receivers, sure, they can use another one, but they got Steve Smith, a playmaker. I like the Steve Smith. Mostert's fast. McNair's a good high route quarterback. They got Cunningham. I'd probably play with McNair first, though. Top end fullback, even. Clark. They got an Ed Reed coming. Weddle. And they also have Deion Sanders, Marlon Humphrey, Rod Woodson, Marcus Peters there at DB. Calais, defensive lineman. Just all around phenomenal squad. Theme team boosts. They really become something. All right, that's the list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me see if I can't show you the whole thing compared to. So here it is, 9/20, 11/9. We'll try and do this every, what is it, month and a half? We'll try and do it every month and a half or so going forward. Maybe we'll check back in January for our next one after the winter promo. Maybe Or maybe we'll wait till after the Super Bowl. I don't know. It's going to be tough. A lot of cards be coming that time of year. There's a lot of times coming like every week now. There's a lot of cards. But, yeah, huge changes. Chiefs went down to 10. Ravens, 49ers kind of stay where they're at. Patriots, I guess, went there. Packers went down to 9. Browns really fell, didn't they? Where the Browns at? 21. Oof. Dolphins. The Fins fell. Yeah, 17. But Dolphins, like I looked at their squad, they're 100% usable, right? From Dolphins on up are all teams that I feel comfortable taking into the online gameplay. Falcons. Where'd they go? There they are, 14. Rams. So yeah, we've had a few big losers. I wonder what the biggest loser is. Where the Rams go? Oh, Rams. Cardinals. Seahawks. Where'd the Chargers come from? Chargers went from 21 to 5. That might be our biggest riser, right? Steelers went from 20 to 6. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go and say Chargers are the biggest riser. They got a lot of nice cards. All right, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a long one. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.